Hi, welcome back. I've got my camera set up so that you can see my palette. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm using this really good quality paper. This is blocking for £200 weight, which is marvellous stuff, rough. So I'm not using wet in wet and the hake for these. I'm using my sables and a rigger. I've also got my squirrel mop somewhere there, but I'm using what comes to hand really. And I'm going to have a go at my old Seven Islands Wandle, but I'll show you the photograph that I'm copying. Here it is. Well, not copying, I don't copy anything. I just use it as a guide and do my own thing with it to create art rather than copies of what is there. Hope you can see that. The reflection is much easier to do wet in wet, so I might wet the paper at some stage to do that. Right, back to my board, my arrangement. Now this way you can see what I'm doing. I'll try not to mask you, and I'll put a horizon in. I'll go fairly low with the horizon. We'll have a big Surrey, northeast Surrey sky. Pleasant, suburbia, built up, very built up. We've got sort of islands here and some here, and some wintry trees. They're all very, very simple. And there's this island here, and coming out of the foliage, there's a silver birch tree. And here we've got a background of trees. I'll put those in quite warm. Okay, so that's basically it, and a bit of a beach coming down there. That's all the drawing I'm doing. I've got my cup of tea. I'm uploading a previous one which is on Saunders, I think it's 200 or 140, wonderful paper. My friend David Dickinson did. I can't remember what I was going to say then. Forgot the word. It's an age thing. Age, getting old. Donated it to the cause. He's given up watercolour painting in favour of acrylic. And he's a great acrylic painter, and he will be a really tremendous force to be reckoned with. I love his work, and we share on Facebook as well. I think he's subscribed to my channel here. Right, I'll put a glove on because my fingers are a bit stable. Holding the wet rag for the acrylics, which I shall probably go back to this afternoon. It chaps the fingers, so be careful of that. I've just got a load of these vinyl gloves, and I cut my finger there last Saturday week. I was fitting a carpet for a customer, and so I still do, but I don't do it much now. I've had enough of it. I'm getting old. My wrists ache, and there's a limit to what I can do now with the old physical stuff. Having been physical all my life, I'm not asking for sympathy here. It's just that that glove's too small. I've got a box of extra large, but some of them are extra small. But they were only £5 for 400, so can't grumble. Okay, so that got me rag, got my bits and pieces. I'll maybe the trouble is with this brush is everything gets too round, but I'll have a go with it. It was popularised by Ted Wesson, and Alan Owen is a great lover. He knew Ted, and so let's just put a bit of a wet, not all over, just here and there, and then go in with some nice ultramarine. I don't use artist quality paints. I'm using the Cotsman 21mm tubes of student quality cotton, and it's good. So let's just put in some blue where we'll try and paint around where we're going to put the sort of cloudy bits. So you get the hard and soft. So you get lots of hard edges and soft edges. So we'll just put in a bit of blue going down to the horizon there. Now a bit of red, light red and ultramarine. I think my paints might be a bit greyed up, so I'm just going to clean those off a little bit. Okay. Always got a roll of paper. Need a cloth to take off the excess. You'll find that the blue and the red will separate, so only a bit of alizarin in there as well. So we'll put in a bit of cloud coming here. And I'll finish with a bit of light red. But clean red. A bit of sienna with that as well. See, I'm not used to this painting anymore. It's having spent 3 years doing the wet in wet. Now, just a red on that horizon, but not too strong. Okay. Let's just get a little bit of red in there. You can take liberties with this. I'm just going to change the angle of that painting. Sorry about that. But I want it to merge, and when this is dry you can always go over it. It's not so easy with the Fabriano that I normally use. Okay, get that all over there. So you can wet it and re-wet it. It's going to be a bit of a busy sky, but I'll dry that off and I might go over with another cloudy colour. Right, it crawled a little bit, but not a lot. So it's just no, you can't stretch this so high. It's just too thick. Right, now I'm going to right. I've had enough of that brush. I'm not used to it. Let's try the sable. I want to mix some blue and red. Right, let's get a big cloud. Be careful about the flicking of the colour. I might be pushing my luck a bit with this. I'm hoping that will separate a little bit. And we'll just go with just a little bit more blue down here. See, you can drag the colours, and the paper will stay reasonably well behaved. A bit of raw sienna in there, just to warm that up a little bit. How's that? Is it not too muddy? probably gone a little bit hard in there. I think I'll dry that off again. Yeah, I'll put it in my background. The sky's a little bit busy, but now a bit of alizarin and the bit of blue. It's learning how much water again to have on your brush. So this would be the background trees, just get them quite high. So give a bit of distance to the trees behind. I'll cover up a lot of these. I'm going to put some nice burnt sienna. The island's going to go here. Oh, that's okay, that'll hopefully give a bit of depth to the autumn colours. So burnt sienna. I'm a great lover of burnt sienna. And we can have a little bit of green. I won't do too much in that bit because I want my island to go in there. Right, okay, so we'll put some dark greens in there as well because there's lots of evergreen round and about. Be very careful with the light red. It's not so light, it's quite dark actually. Sorry if I'm masking you. Right, I want to put some of these leaves or the branches of the trees that are coming up on that side, going right up into the sky because they're on an island that's a bit lower down here. So we'll just fill that in there with a bit of dark in there, sort of reflection. I'll do the reflections last. Okay, so that is basically the. Look, I'm dragging the brush down and just using the side of it to give a bit of a kind of that way. It's not going to take any scratching out there. And over here we're putting a rich greeny. Oh, not black. These are small islands on the pond. It's like a small lake or a large pond with small islands on it. And that's the 7 islands. It's called 7 Islands. As kids, well, I never went when I was a child. I wasn't that far from me. But my bolder friends would travel from Streatham to Mission on foot. as we all did after the war. So that is that island there. Quite hard to lift out on this paper, the bits of it do. And we put one tree up there, which is the silver birch, so I'll just put in some branches, so just indicate. Need quite a bit of water on this rougher paper. Right, as you know, silver birch has just got a few leaves, some twigs left, lovely, fabulous trees. I'll make it a bit bigger, so coming up here. If I can, might put a bit of white gouache in there to establish the trunk over that. But let's get a nice warm mix in here. Okay. Can put a bit of that in here on that bank. Right, how are we doing? Okay. Right, I'll wet the paper now and see what happens. Nice bit of water on there. I'm not used to the amount of water to put on this. I've got it worked out for the Fabriano. Okay, so let that soak in a little bit, and then I'm going to just put these reflections in. Just get that. Right, we'll put some blue in there. And the shadow, oh not the shadow, the clouds, put those in. And dark in here. Just nice darker bits of shadow, a reflection. Right, a bit of blue. Just putting in roughly what's above. Got to put a beach in here. Nice cloud. And we'll put a bit of that red across here, just to show those trees over there. A little bit of dark on there as well. Just darken it red. Right, that'll do. I reckon we can go over this now with a rigger. So just a number 3 rigger. Swig of tea, I forgot to drink my tea. I think this one's going just a little bit heavy. Right, so now I will use a bit of gouache on this. Right, that's the one tree that I'm going to put a bit of gouache, or, oops, you don't believe that, I've just dipped my brush in my tea. I'll use a bit of acrylic, because I'm going to go do some acrylic later on. Carry on with my abstracting. I see my latest abstracts are not universally popular. I had 2 or 3 unlikes on them, but I'm going to leave them there because it's all different, it's all painting. Right, just a little bit of, I'll just use my acrylic palette. Just put that up here. So it's a little bit whiter there. The silver birches are, well, they're sort of silver grey, aren't they? Well, let's just put that. Okay. Put the lid on that, keep it nice and dry. So I'm going to have some lunch before I go back to the acrylic. Had this palette for over 20 years, well over 20 years, and it's superb. It's a Masterson Statement palette. I think it is made in America, or at least it's marketed by Chroma Colour, which is an American company. Now I've got to do some in there, a bit of dry brush in there. When I find my rigger, right, I'll just put some twigs back in on the top here. Don't have to be portraits or anything, just put them in. I might put a bit more of dry brush on that reflection there. Right, I'm going to see if I can flatten the paper a bit. Right, let's. So I put quite a bit of water on this, but I don't think it's going to go dead fat. Right, now I'll get my round brush and put a bit of dry brush, ripply stuff, just to show. Some over here. Just some little sort of. Oh, I was going to put a beach in, wasn't I? So let's have a warm beach. Right, just put that in, coming across here. Complete the stroke rather than. And a bit of dark in there. You couldn't do that with the Fabriano. I've probably got a bit low with that. Because a lot of it will be covered up. Clean the brush. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a raw sienna beach along there. Just go across it. Let's just put that in. Don't know if that'll show, but. Okay, I can put a little bit of rigger work on that far bank. Just some faint stuff here. That's my Samsung talking to me. Lets me know that somebody's WhatsApped or got another like on Facebook or something for the previous one. So there's one uploading at the moment of Lakeland, a simple Lakeland scene, as simple as I could make it. Right, let's just put see if I can get that sort of tree. Some grasses. What you put above, put below, just drag down so it says wet. Well, that'll do. Let's put a signature over here. Birds. Right, that'll do. I don't know much more I can do that. Let's put that on there. Put the mouse on. Probably a bit heavy, but hey, we're learning. Hopefully you can. This is where you can straighten your horizons up in the mount. Right, I don't look too bad. Right, okay, let's bring you round, and I'll just straighten the board, get the board more right angles. Well, there we are, cloudy, nice bright day and clouds, a few clouds. So there we are, that's Seven Islands, or my idea of it. All my stuff is sort of abstracted now. It doesn't, it's getting away from copying and making art, I think, to do your own things. Because the more you do, you develop your own language, your own way of expressing things. I know this has gone a bit muddy, but then I haven't done a hard painting in watercolour for a long time. I haven't had this lovely paper to work on, but it really is great. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now.